Hello, everyone. This is Izumi from Alpha Advisors. Today, I have some really good news. I think I can share it with all of you. It's about Columbia University. There's a dual degree program between the MBA and a master's in engineering at Columbia University, which was just established 4 years ago. It's been around for a short time, but it's a really great program. I honestly think it's probably the best program in the world right now for studying both an MBA and engineering fields like computer science, AI, or data science. And of course, if you get into this program, you can naturally aim for companies like Google or Amazon. That includes the other Jaffa companies like Microsoft, as well as top financial firms like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, Point72, and so on. In other words, you can also get into top tier finance companies. And of course, you can also get into consulting firms like McKinsey or BCG, as well as global corporations, not just with an MBA. One of Alpha's students has, for the first time, been accepted into a dual degree program where you can study engineering at the same time. They worked extremely hard, and we created the essays together at Alpha, which turned out wonderfully. Of course, this isn't the only school they've been accepted to. They've received offers from several others as well. But after considering their future direction, they've decided to pursue the dual MBA and engineering degree at Columbia. That seems to be the case. So today I'd like to talk to everyone about this, about Columbia's MBA and the dual degree program with engineering. I'd like to introduce it to you all once again, and for those who are interested, there's still plenty of time to apply this year. There's definitely a good chance for you to get in. For those of you who want to take your careers even further to the top global level, if you're aiming for an annual income of $200,000, $300,000, $500,000, or even over $1 million, I highly recommend reaching out to Alpha for a consultation as soon as possible. So, this is the offer received from Columbia MBA, and oh, Master of Science, that's what it is. Yes, I really think this is the best program out there. And this is an actual email we received from a student. Alpha has, of course, been doing this for over 18 years, and in that time, we've worked with more than 100,000 students. Recently, not just in the US, but globally as well, a lot of working professionals and students, not just those aiming for an MBA, are going for master's degrees in finance or financial engineering, for example. They've been accepted into top global master's programs in science and data science. And not just master's programs. Of course, they've also been accepted into so called university level, bachelor's level programs at top universities like Harvard, Stanford, Columbia, and Chicago. And naturally, as I mentioned earlier, they've also gone on to work in global finance and consulting. Of course, with our support and advice, they've also achieved outstanding success and been accepted at major corporations like JAFA. As for myself, well, up until now, I went from Chicago Booth to Goldman Sachs IBD and then to Alpha. It's now been 18 years since I founded Alpha Advisors. And as for our clients, or rather Alpha students, both working professionals and university students, they are truly outstanding. When it comes to career paths, they've been on a remarkable winning streak. In investment banking, for example, places like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and JP Morgan. Then in consulting, it's McKinsey, BCG, and Bain. Recently, the buy side and quant funds have become extremely popular as well. BlackRock, KKR, Citadel, Jane Street, Point72. These are some of the places. Most of these are in the US, especially in America, London, as well as Hong Kong and Singapore. That's where people are getting in. And then there's big tech. Some are joining the so called GAFA companies, and there are even people going to NVIDIA. Yes, there are also people at Meta. There are people who have joined Meta as AI engineers as well. Yes. So, really, we're talking about world class talent. People who want to get into top university and graduate programs, as well as world class companies, are now increasingly coming to Alpha. So, what I want to talk to you all about today is this MBA and Master of Science program at Columbia. or rather, let's call it an engineering program. It's just amazing. It's truly one of the strongest programs in the world, and I really hope all of you will consider applying. What's incredible about it is that you can earn 2 degrees. Basically, it's offered by the same institution as the MBA, and you can finish it in just 20 months. That's really fantastic. Plus, you get the standard MBA curriculum as well. You can take both the engineering courses and the MBA courses, and you can complete them both at the same institution as the MBA. Plus, you get 2 degrees. Honestly, I haven't seen many other programs like this, so I think it's probably the best in the world. There are also 7 engineering tracks. The first one is, as you might expect, and what everyone is probably very interested in, AI and machine learning. The second is software, and so on. Then advanced materials and nano. The third one, which is going to be really competitive from now on, is robotics. The fourth is climate, energy, and sustainability. I think a lot of people are interested in these areas too. Then the fifth one, medical devices, design, supply chain, retail, and service systems. So there are 7 in total. And when it comes to the essay, it's actually pretty important to figure out how to fit your interests into these areas. That's really the most important part when applying to this program. In other words, I think that's the key point to getting accepted. So it's not just about the MBA. What's most important is why you want to study one or more of these areas, from number 1 to number 7 in engineering. That's the crucial point. And one more thing worth mentioning is at the very bottom, it says no engineering background required. Normally, if you want to get into computer science, data science, or financial engineering, you inevitably, well, prerequisites are required. You usually need to have some background in information related fields already. If you haven't taken certain courses, you can't even apply in the first place. That's usually how it is. But what's amazing about this program is, even if you don't have an engineering background in particular, you can get accepted and learn here. I think there are a lot of people like that. People who really want to study AI, software, or machine learning seriously from now on, or who are interested in robotics. Also, those in the pharmaceutical or healthcare fields, for example. There are also people who want to develop their business using data science or AI. I think there are all kinds of people like that. And even those people, even without an engineering background, they can study this dual degree in MBA and engineering. Honestly, if it were me, I would definitely want to go here. Yes, that's the kind of program it is. And on top of that, this is actually a STEM program. STEM in the US is related to the H-1B visa. You can get it. And this H-1B, maybe some of you already know, but this year, the number of applications is about half of last year's, right? And on top of that, about 70% of those applicants have a master's degree. If you get a master's degree in the US, your chances of getting an H-1B are pretty high. So this is really a great opportunity. And of course, with this program, if you get a dual degree in MBA and engineering, there will be fierce competition among companies to hire people like that. So when it comes to finding a job in the US, you'll be in a very strong position. It really becomes a powerful advantage, and it's STEM too. Plus, you can get an H-1B visa as well. That's the kind of program this is. All right. And as I mentioned earlier, in New York, you can do that there. Naturally, you could become a CXO at a business company or even a product manager at a big tech firm or an AI startup. And then, of course, you can also go into finance, like the investment banking, sell side or buy side roles I mentioned earlier, or work at a consulting firm. And since it's New York, if you've ever been to Columbia, you might know this. Pretty much every company is accessible, whether it's by bus, train, or taxi. You can get there within 30 minutes, so I really think it's a program that's hard to find elsewhere. Also, a lot of people from Alpha get accepted into Columbia's MBA program. Well, most of you. Yeah, that's right. While studying for your MBA, you can even do internships at the same time. After all, it's in the city, and the fact that each company is so close by, I think that's a huge advantage. Yeah. And of course, there's the who hires this profile, basically, the track record of which companies have hired graduates from this program. Well, we're talking about truly top tier companies. In finance, for example, there's Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, and then Citadel, Jane Street, Two Sigma. Then you've got Google, Amazon, Meta, Nvidia, OpenAI, and also McKinsey, BCG, Bain, KKR, Blackstone. So you can really get into the very top companies. And that's only natural, right? With an MBA and engineering, the strongest combination. Two dual degrees. And on top of that, being able to earn those degrees at Columbia University, which is such a powerful brand, really makes it the best of the best. Honestly, yeah. For the person who got accepted this time, we also gave advice on their essays and everything. We really put in a lot of work. Yeah, we pushed ourselves to the point of exhaustion, but the result was an incredibly moving and passionate essay. And as a result, that person didn't get rejected anywhere. They got accepted everywhere they applied. Yeah, that's right. So if you come to Alpha, we can help you with programs like this, the top programs around the world, too. You'll be able to get accepted easily. Yes, I really hope you'll give it a try. And also, that's right, as I mentioned at the beginning, not just Columbia, but we've helped people get accepted into top programs around the world, like Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, Chicago, MIT, Kellogg, INSAD, LBS, and so on. Whether it's MBA, Master of Finance, or Master of Financial Engineering programs, and especially lately, finance programs that become really popular. It's definitely places like Wharton, Columbia, Chicago, and also NYU. And also places like LBS, yeah, basically schools that are strong in finance, and also places like Singapore or Hong Kong. But lately, there's been a big increase in people going for MBAs, computer science, and financial engineering, especially those so called APAC schools. There are also a lot of people coming to Alpha who want to work at those finance hubs. Well, global finance is pretty much everywhere, not just in the US, but also in Europe, Asia, and Japan. There are major hubs. Yes, I really hope all of you will seize these opportunities. Yes, that's right. Well, there are various fields. Of course, computer science and data science are also included in the master's programs. And as for this time's MBA, the Columbia MBA and the master's engineering program, applications for this year haven't started yet, so they're still coming up. I think there are great opportunities. There are round one, round two, and round three, which are in September, January, and March. So I recommend applying in either round one or round two. That's what I think. And you can apply with just one application. Yes, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. So, by all means, I think there are a lot of people who want to give this a try. So, please consult Alpha as soon as possible. At Alpha, we already have resumes tailored for Goldman Sachs. We have resume formats directly from the source. Plus, we can create essays of the highest quality in the world. And then there's recommendation letters as well as test preparation. You can get fully prepared very affordably and quickly. If you come to Alpha early, you can aim for round one, round two, or even round three. Well, ideally, you should try for round one or round two. I really hope you can apply. Yes, I truly believe things will go well, and I hope all of you will take on this world class program. I hope you'll join the ranks of true elites by getting into top global companies. Right now, we're supporting applications from all over the world. We're getting a lot of inquiries about applications, yes, but I'm confident that all of you will definitely succeed. So please reach out to us as soon as possible. Yeah, that's right. No matter who you are, whether you're in finance now, working in consulting at a business corporation, or working as an engineer, or maybe you're a researcher, really, it doesn't matter what your background or industry is. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I think this is a great program that anyone can take on as a challenge. Yes. All right, so with that, this is Contact Alpha. Well, in Japan, we operate as Alpha Advisors Global under the name Alpha Academy. But for now, if you reach out to us through the Alpha Advisors or Alpha Academy website, we'll get back to you right away. Someone from the administrative office will contact you. We'll answer your questions, we always do. And then let's see, usually we start with a kickoff meeting or something like that, the usual. We do it over Zoom or sometimes via chat, and from there, we immediately start working on things like your resume, essays, or other materials, so we really get into it deeply. What you really need to think about is why you want to study in this program and why you want to learn through this particular program. That's the most important thing. Yes, starting from that discussion, including your long term goals and also looking at your career up to now. After hearing about your background, it's extremely important to think about your long term goals together. So, I really encourage you to reach out to Alpha for a consultation as soon as possible. And as I've said many times, Columbia's MBA, or even just an MBA alone, is great. But this dual MBA and engineering program is truly outstanding. It's the best in the world. Still, there seem to be some people who don't know about it yet. Yeah, it's a fantastic program, so definitely check it out. I really hope all of you will consider applying. So if you're interested, please reach out to Alpha for a consultation. I look forward to the next opportunity to speak with you all. Thank you very much.